Yo, what is up, everyone? This is an episode of the Glimmer Cast, episode 24. And yeah, I'm joined by a lovely panel of folks. We got DL, y'all know DL, over from Movies Madness and Entertainment. First time on the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for finally letting me be on the Glimmercast. I'm very excited to be here.
Yay! I'm so like excited to have you on. And good friend of the channel, ChillMonger. How are you doing?
Doing good. Good to see you. Not my first time here. Third time, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. You are definitely a friend of the channel at this point. So thank you so much for coming by. And also, friend of the channel, Yello Duzzit. How are you doing, good sir? Good to see you again.
I appreciate you, Ray, reestablishing this friendship because I was confident that you wasn't never going to have me come back because of my disfavorable opinions about Pokemon Legends Arceus being trash.
No, it's totally fine. You are not alone in those sentiments. So I can't fault you for, having a consensus opinion. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, no, today we are talking about F9 of the Fast Saga. So yeah, big oof indeed. I watched this movie twice today in preparation for the movie discussion with y'all. So the reason I do that is to kind of like have the details of the movie sink into my brain a little bit better. But yeah, I kind of want to quickly go around the panel a little bit and get everyone's, take on the Fast and Furious series, what your, connection to it is and your general opinion on it. And then we'll go ahead and watch the trailer. So yeah, I want to start with DL. How about you?
Well, starting off the gate, I am an unapologetic Fast and Furious fan. Here, I own all of them in the cheap tire set right here. They're all here. Yeah, I enjoy the Fast and Furious movies. Yes, they're dumb, they're ridiculous. The acting is comical sometimes, but I enjoy them for the over-the-top spectacle that they are with the car stunts, even though the physics don't make sense. And the characters, for the most part, they're likable. They're charismatic. They have some really good banter here and there, in my opinion. That being said, I only thoroughly enjoyed a handful of them. Like, it didn't really start getting good to me until Fast 5, which I'm sure a lot of people agree. Fast 5, that's when it started to go for me. But yeah, I do enjoy the movies, though. I do feel like they've been going a little too long. I felt like they could have ended after 7, in my opinion. But it is what it is. But yeah, my personal favorite is Fast and Furious 6. And I like Furious 7. Really like Furious 7. Those are probably my two favorites. But after that point, I was just like, why are we still doing this? Why are we still doing it? And this comes from a Fast and Furious fan. I'm just like, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. So yeah.
For sure. No, yeah, like I had no idea that you are such a big like aficionado of the series. So I'm gonna definitely probably pivot to you to like fill in a lot of like the character development like questions that I have, because I watched like I think through to like maybe 4 or 5, and then I kind of took a break for a few years, and then I jumped back in with 8 and 9. So yeah, there's a lot of context where like the story shifts to focus more on Dom, Vin Diesel's character, where like I kind of am missing some context. But yeah, before we have that convo, I want to jump to Chill. Chill, what's your connection to the Fast and Furious series? Are you a fan? Like going into this, what were your thoughts?
I love the whole franchise. I watched that first one and I remember that the news were talking about how, look, when people are going to be driving, so watching the movie, they'll be driving their cars in street racing, and they were kind of scaring and showing you footage of these street races happening in the city, and you're like, ooh, this is edgy. This is something that like, has a negative, we're young, we're stupid, we're like, oh, we gotta watch this then. And that was kind of the allure of it. Second one came and it was kind of disconnected from the first one, really. They just had Brian. Third one came, and again, that's disconnected except for the ending. And then when 4 came around, I was like, oh yeah, he's back. And there was that epic line where at the end of the movie after he kills, is it Braga? But like Vin Diesel's character slowly but surely became like a top tier franchise character. Slowly, and it took some time. It was some growing years, and by 5 I was all in. I loved 5. Even 6 was cool with the not Deckard Shaw but Owen Shaw and his little crew with the Gina Carano being casted. 7 was like so emotional, and I think that made over $1 billion. So I was sold. By 8, when they were in Russia shooting up people on ice and submarines. I'm like, yeah, I already expect this from this franchise. I do know it's going to be unbelievable. And so when 9 came, whew, they hit every fan, moment that they could have, and I was happy with it.
Yeah, no, like I'm honestly shocked, like how into this series y'all are. Like, and this is Yello. I'm honestly kind of shook right now. I'm intimidated. What are your thoughts? I had no clue what I was getting into.
Look, I don't know how old everybody is here, all right? But I was outside when the first Fast dropped. I was freshly outside. I was new to outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different thing when you're outside, when you can actually stand around after the street lights go out and watch these people actually have real street races, right? So there was something about, I think, the Fast and the Furious, right? That first movie, there was something special about it. It was like 2001, right? Yeah. And like it was this eclectic and mixed looking cast of people we had never seen. There was important Asian people in this movie, important light-skinned people of ambiguous racial identity in this film. Another thing that they dropped in this movie, by the way, which is fucking nuts. But would you say it again, Chill?
They've got some Nordic in the DNA, according to
definitely. It's some like right around somewhere. Who knows where? I mean, who knows how they mix it up? But like, it was dope. Women was like playing a big role in this movie. It was something that we hadn't seen something like that. The kind of intricacies of street life, the street racing life, and then all the super dope car shit. I thought it was like, I think it was a gem at the time, and it has over time become more of a cult classic than it even was like when it came out. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I think there was something magical about it, and I think everybody came to the table. Vin Diesel was acting in that movie. I think Dominic Toretto was incredibly charismatic, and fucking Paul Walker was bodying this. Like, I keep it real. He's still like a little goofy California boy, but like it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was very interesting and intriguing. When they went these motherfuckers were street racers who trafficked black market DVD players. And then in Fast 5, all of a sudden they were globetrotting fucking like espionage. The FBI Hobbs showed up and changed the game, right? And I think 5, what DL said, 5 revitalized the series for more. His favorite one, or no, 6 was your favorite one, but 5 was the one he was like, oh yeah, I'm all in. 5 revitalized that series for a lot of people. You feel what I'm saying? And I was all in on 5. I was like, oh yeah, we're getting crazy. Let's get crazy. I think it's 6 when Dominic stomped a bridge or a parking garage or some kind of shit with his leg. That was 7. Okay, that's when I was out. I was like, I can't keep doing this with you. I can't. This man is not the Hulk. He is not Captain America. There's nothing in him that says he should, except for the name Toretto, apparently. There's nothing in him that says he should be able to inexorably change the infrastructure designed to maintain automotive vehicles. Like, there's no reason for him to be able to do that. This is craziness. This is nuts. The streets always win. What? Bro, what? Are you for real? I can't do this with you. I'm out. I wash my hands.
Muscle.
Son, I can't do this with you. I cannot. I was out since then. I was like, all right, I'm done. I can't believe you would do this to me. I reluctantly watched Fate one day on HBO Max. You know what I'm saying? Something that came out. HBO Max was new. I think Fate was just, I can't remember the details of it, but one morning I wasn't going to work, so I was like, let me see what they're doing. I was like, there's a baby now. Who the fuck is nobody? Like, there's so many things happening. I was out. So it's just, I have been disappointed with this series up until then. And then I saw the trailer for F9 and these motherfuckers Tarzan. I can't do this with you. I can't take this ride with you. I cannot do it. Okay, it's one thing. I'm not going to get into the details. We're going to get into the details later. I don't want to do it right now, but it's one thing to like have a ridiculous circumstance play out favorably if you plan for it. That's one thing. I'm like, all right, cool. I can ride with you. It don't make no sense, but at least you explained it to me beforehand. Come on, fam.
No, Chill had to step out to go pick up his food, but yeah, we are going to play the trailer. I'm sure he won't mind since he's seen this movie before. But yeah, just for folks who are newer in the audience like me, who kind of took a break from the series and is still sort of trying to catch up with where we're at right now in the timeline. The trailer will definitely kind of like refresh my memory. So yeah, we'll go ahead and stop the background music and play the trailer.
I hope you don't get struck.
I know. That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking too. I usually do, but it's fine. I'm not
It's
monetized.
Universal don't play.
Yeah, they
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Just
right.
keep it low. And
Oh yeah,
hopefully,
good call.
hopefully they won't. Maybe we talk over it. And Axel, and then do you remember how that scene ended? That little bit with the fucking cars and shit. Do you remember how it ended? They crash into a cliff and then roll for like a significant amount of time.
Yep.
All of the outside of the car is
it has to be
destroyed, and they're in. And right, exactly. Yeah, no, because rolling is the part. That's the part of the physics that we needed to like cement it, was the rolling part. And then they're like, you good? All right, let's go then. I don't know how they left that area. I don't know what they did, if they got into a car, another car showed up, if there was like
I don't know, the trunk was damaged and it was still open a little bit. So that things didn't go smoothly as Dominic Toretto would have wanted it.
Of course. The car got scratched up.
So coming off of like watching that trailer again, like it's just sort of like exhausting for my brain to like wrap around exactly what is happening, like plot wise. So DL, like I will definitely appreciate your support here. So like as far as like just like general like overview synopsis of this movie, Dom and Letty are trying to live off the grid, and they get found by Tyrese and Luda. I'm sorry, I forget their in movie
Tyrese
names.
and Luda. That's who they are. Tyrese and Luda.
Yes.
Roman Tej.
Thank you. And for some reason, it's a let's get the band back together moment, but I kind of lose track of like why that is. Yes, family.
Because they have to capture a MacGuffin that controls all technology in the Earth that we already saw in Furious 7. They already did that plot point, but we're doing it again.
Well, hold on though, but see. Is that how they opened the movie? Because I'm pretty sure they opened the movie with a flashback, right?
Oh, yeah, they did.
And it was like, guess what? In 1989, Vin Diesel's older than he was in the first movie. Don't worry about that. And John Cena is significantly shorter than Vin Diesel, which doesn't seem to match up later in the movie.
Okay,
don't worry about that either.
This is actually a good comment because like I want to get y'all's opinion. So Vin self-identifies as of Black descent, so I don't think that this is necessarily brown face. But what do y'all think?
Well,
no. They cover that up. Charlize Theron very specifically says, I know the Torettos have this legendary mixed bloodline or whatever the fuck that means. So I'm guessing Papa Toretto got around. Everybody mama different. And nobody knows how to trace who's related to where and how. Like, because these motherfuckers are not brothers. I don't care what anybody says. These motherfuckers are not brothers. And Vin Diesel, I'm pretty sure he's a mixed character, mixed person, right?
Yes.
Biracial at least. I'm pretty confident about that. And I have the 1980s breakdancing videos to prove it. But like, who knows what Dominic Toretto is? Nobody knows, because in the flashbacks, he's definitely Mexican, right? Maybe Samoan, maybe there's some of that like in there. Who knows, right? But then in Dominic Toretto in the fast, he's like Italian, maybe, kind of. Right, like a little dark, like maybe like North Africa, southern Sicily. Who knows, right? Because like all kinds of crazy things was happening in history with the Moors. But these motherfuckers are not brothers. And the more that they try to convince me that they're brothers, I was more convinced that they were not related. It's too much. I can't do it. It's too like, well, how the fuck was this guy so much shorter than him in 1989, and then is this much taller than him? They were not children. They were not little kids. They were teenagers. They look like adults, you know what I'm saying? But like,
and this is the first time we've heard of Dom having any type of like actual like blood family, right?
Mia, that was it.
Out of thin air. He just this family appeared out of thin air, basically.
And they make the family drama so like intense and like to make you kind of try to be convinced of why he never says anything about him. But even then, it's forced. Like it's still like
how do they show that it's intense? This is how they show that it's intense.
Oh, so like so can y'all confirm
that's all of the character development in this movie. It's ridiculous.
There's a drag race scene between Dom and his brother where the girl who walks in to tell them to go or whatever, the flag girl, but she doesn't have a flag. Is that Letty or is that someone else? I assumed that was Letty.
Unclear.
Okay.
Unclear. But it sounds like Letty. I'm pretty sure they used Michelle Rodriguez's voice in that scene. I was like, is that? Yeah. I had to run it. I was like, that sounds a lot like her. That young lady is way thicker than Michelle Rodriguez.
Think about that girl growing up to be Michelle Rodriguez in the first movie. Think about how she looked in the first movie. She grows up to look like that. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm like, do any of these these characters, like their younger selves, like you can't convince me that they'll grow up to look how they look in the future. So yeah. Chill, what were your thoughts about how the movie started out? Like, we're getting back together, the plot, the Dom's brother, trying to, find like the ultimate weapon of mass destruction to kill his brother because he's jealous of him. I don't know. That's kind of the main plot line of the movie, I think. But what were your thoughts?
Mr. Nobody's missing.
Oh,
Mr. Nobody's missing, and you can see them slow down the chain.
Don't find him.
You can see that chain was really, really meaningful to the family of the Torettos.
The enhance. Oh man.
The enhance. That's what got him over. And it was a little mystery towards the beginning of why did Toretto not want to join first and then later on changed his mind. And we do get to see the chain, and they sort of built that up. That was a good little 20-minute. We'll tease it, we introduced it, we'll address it, we'll show you it, and then we'll answer it right afterwards when it came to Jacob. Well, we already saw from the trailer that, Jacob is Dom's brother, but still, it was cool. One thing I did like is that he was living in isolation with no cell phone. This is why he kind of pulled up with guns on Roman and those guys, on Tyrese and Luda.
Yeah, you can't remember his name either. Yep, I know.
I know Ramsey. We don't know Ramsey's last name. That was the challenge.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's the British girl, like the girl behind the computer,
Natalie
basically.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
I like that they didn't have phones, though.
Way too beautiful for me to be mad about any of the dumb shit that she does in this film. Completely sold on everything.
And she can't drive. Who would have known? That's so great.
She's one of the greatest actors in the world, and she doesn't know how to drive. Like, what the hell?
Loved it.
I wish I hadn't seen it in the trailer. The trailer was too much. Can we talk about that? It could have ended with Fast 9.
Oh,
but then they have to show us walking with Han. If all Han was going to do in the movie was appear and kind of surprise us by him not being dead, and he wasn't really going to do much, like you were saying.
Well, he is the adopted father of Ling Ling MacGuffin. So
dude, the trailer showed the whole damn movie. The whole damn movie. I was mad.
I basically rewatched the movie a third time today.
The whole damn movie. They alluded to everything that was going to happen in the film, except for the flashbacks. The only thing they didn't show.
All I know is, like, what I was astounded by was the shit that I thought was so ridiculous that I didn't want to go to the theaters to see this movie was in the first action sequence in the film. So there's more ridiculous stuff that gets more ridiculous to come later. That's so I'm like, did it show though? Because there's all kinds of... They even
teased them going to space. They even show them about to go to space.
Yeah.
They teased the whole damn thing. I'm like, why do I even need to watch the movie?
So that's kind of also where the movie lost me, on top of everywhere else I was lost. I was like, why are they going to space? You just reunited with Bow Wow and the Tokyo Drift crew. But I guess they're going to help you get to space for some reason.
Because you got to put him in the movie. You got to put him in the franchise because, it's a family. We got to show it's the whole cinematic universe of Fast Family. We got to bring him back somehow.
Fast Family, yes.
Yep.
Love it.
See, it started off as La Familia in that, in Fast 5. And then he got to Family.
Right. The only reason they're going into space is because people were like, oh, well, they're going to go to space in the next movie, right? That's the only place to go. I want to see them go into space. They literally listened to the fans that was like, you know what? Let's go to space. That's cool. That's the next big thing.
They went to space, and he was doing this, and the car was moving in space. I was, come on, guys.
And there's scuba diving outfits wrapped in duct tape.
And apparently they were in space for weeks because I think Tyrese's character was like, I was eating Tootsie Rolls for weeks, or Luda said that to him. I was like, what?
You're eating candy? Candy?
What?
Okay.
Why are you even in space?
They got to one up the submarine somehow. Okay, what's the next idea? What are we gonna do?
What do they do?
Let's go to space. I don't know.
So another thing I noticed. Yeah, one thing I did notice too, in my second watch was okay, they spend 75% of the movie harvesting everyone up, and then most of these folks that they do, find and follow through with the plan for, they don't even really do anything to execute the plan. They're just sort of there. So I'm like, why did you even go around the world to collect everyone to begin with?
I think they're doing that because I think they're doing that because... Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think they're doing that because, Justin Lin is planning to do 3 more movies, and that's it. And that's his final trilogy. So I think...
only 3.
Only 3, right? Yeah, even though I thought your last 3 was 4, 5, and 6. But, okay, you want to make another trilogy, fine. But I think this is this whole grand epic finale. They want to bring everyone together. So they may not do much in this movie. But in the next film, they'll probably have more for them to do because it's going to be a big old ensemble Avengers Endgame type right thing. You're gonna see all the characters from the old movies team up again. I think that's what they're doing. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Yellow.
No, you good. We started at the same time. Helen Mirren, all right, Oscar award-winning, Oscar-nominated actress Helen Mirren is essentially an Uber driver in this film, and it's the craziest thing that I think I've ever seen because it's the one scene in the film where Vin Diesel actually has like chemistry and charisma on the screen. I'm like, yo, he's happy to see her. He's smiling and shit. She drives around. She does a great job driving. He's like, oh, wow, that's impressive. And then they show up to drive him to a party I don't think he knew about. Please correct me on the plot of this film because I was so infuriated by all of the dumb shit that they wanted me to accept that I completely missed. I don't know what any of the action sequences were supposed to be about. I don't know who any of the characters were supposed to be mad at. Like, I don't know anything about what this movie was supposed to be telling me, all right? So, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Vin Diesel did not know about this party before he talked to Helen Mirren, right? Pretty sure that's the case. She drives him there, tells him that like, oh yeah, and he paid me to drive you here. And he's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go here, which is clearly a setup. But somehow along the drive, I'm assuming he's able to then text Cardi B, who has a whole team of female assassins dressed up like the SWAT team at the party. Like, what is this? It goes from a Diddy all-white party to like SWAT, the terrible SWAT movie.
Yes, exactly.
I
feel like the movie just jumped like a few scenes, and then all of a sudden, like Dom is facing Cardi B and a bunch of different women and like
in
Black
the
Ops.
wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we gotta have that in the movie. We gotta have the gratuitous scene where all the girls are dancing and you get ass shots. We need that in the movie because it's Fast and Furious.
It also needs to be in slow motion when we get to those shots.
Slow motion,
yes,
man.
exactly. Yes, with close-ups, exactly.
If we're talking Cardi B, I didn't like her performance. I thought that she.
She's not in there for her acting prowess.
But all you're supposed to do is explain that you got this guy's gun and his biometrics are on it. Make Cardi B say that in her terms. Make her say fingerprints. Don't try to make her use these freaking long ass 4-syllable words that you know that Cardi B doesn't use. Like, script her properly. You're doing her a disservice by making her sound like an idiot. And I've heard Cardi B say stuff that is outside of the realm of music and pop culture where she's talking political stuff, and I understand her and she makes sense and she knows what she's talking about. So I'm not saying she's an idiot. She sounded like an idiot.
Oh, okay. The movie didn't write the lines for her.
Yeah, they heard it.
Right.
They wrote the scripts. They gave it to her. They said, those are your lines. She came on set, performed them, and then they went, oh, good enough. No, you shouldn't. You should say, well, you don't sound good saying it. How about you say it in your own words? Convey this message that in this bag is a weapon that Jacob was holding and his DNA is on it. Can you just say that to Dominic in your way? And she could do it in her way.
That's a good point. Yeah. No, I mean, like, for the few seconds she was on screen, though, like, but yeah, I see what you're saying. I think, like, for me, what other cameos were noteworthy for y'all, like from the series? Were there any others, like from like legacy characters, for example? Like
the guy with the broken nose.
The guy with the broken nose. Yeah,
he's like from the 4th movie, isn't he? And from
he's in the 4th movie. And
who?
I think he's in the.
Yeah, who? Like, what scene was this?
He's an FBI agent who keeps getting his nose broken.
Oh, Shea Wingham. That's my guy. He's a great character actor, and he does a whole lot of little pieces and a whole lot of shit. That's a great guy. He does show up for a brief moment in the beginning to talk to. I think he's talking to. Who's he talking to? Dom? He's talking to.
Yeah,
I think he's talking to Dom. Yeah,
on
the airplane.
I'm gonna cover up all the explosions that you did on the island very conveniently, but I can't do this no more. I can't do that no more.
The Monticello police, the Monticello military, who are they? The Monte Carlo, who was it? Wherever the fuck they went.
Monte Carlo, whoever they were. Yeah.
The Montequito military cannot shoot for shit, and it's a good thing they can't shoot because they had Tyrese surrounded, right, for a lot from above and below, all 360 degrees, shoots all of the bullets at him, hit him 14 times according to him, and none of them hit him anywhere important.
What you're wrong about is that their accuracy is too good. It smoked his jacket. If they knew how to miss and maybe get him in the arm or something, then they knew how to miss. But everything hit the chest, which is the vital. It was
perfect area. Yeah, including underneath the armpit, all kinds of places he got hit, which was.
That's
all vest.
Oh my god! This is one of my main problems with the franchise. Like, yeah, the physics can be all over the place. Like, cars can do Tarzan, whatever. You can go into space. You can go in the submarine. Like, I go for the you're okay. That's too much for you. That's fine. But for me, I go to these movies for the stupid, over the top spectacle. I don't expect things to make sense. But in order for me to fully like be invested or like not be taken out of what's going on, can we see people get injured? Can we see
Injury.
people bleed? Can we see people actually get hurt?
Rambo does
Yeah.
craziness, always gets hurt. Every single time. The Last Action Hero, a complete spoof on ridiculous 90s movie. Guys, if you haven't seen it, check it out. A complete spoof on ridiculous action sequences. Even that motherfucker got hurt, but it ended up being a flesh wound. The point is that, like, just some damage, not even a scratch. Not even a scratch every single time. These motherfuckers Tarzan. Do you know how much? Let's say the rope is strong enough. Let's say the stick is strong enough. Let's say the axle is in the right position to hold on and grip whatever. Let's say that happens. Do you know how much force it's going to take to swing a car of that weight all the way up to then crash into a cliff and still have enough momentum to flip over onto the cliff? Like, your body is going to go in. They're not wearing seatbelts. That's a shout out to Fast 10, right? Your seatbelts. That's going to be the next movie. They're not wearing seatbelts in this shit at all. These motherfuckers are getting thrown around that car, but no, they're just like, yeah.
I'm just imagining
Good.
all the like cerebral, concussions and like impacts that would happen in real life that no one.
How many people
literally no
died in
one
this
has.
film? We didn't even start talking about the magnets yet. How many random motherfuckers on the street just shopping for washing machines were murdered by these motherfuckers running through their town?
Let's talk about all like, the random cars that, were just minding their own business that, just got,
Snatched. God forbid somebody's waiting for their mother, their 90-year-old mother, to come out of the
Next
Asian market, and he's like on his phone or some shit. And all of a sudden, his car is just snatched from the parking spot, thrown at this other truck, just thrown at this armored truck. Like, fuck, what
And
is
then that
happening?
magnet is so powerful, but the only thing it's attracting is the car. It's attracting the
Nothing
whole
else.
side of the building.
It only,
The
it
whole
only
side of the
attracts
building.
the one thing that it needs to attract in that moment. Did you notice that? Did you know it only attracts or repels the one thing that it needs to do,
one thing
and
that
it does
they
it at the
need.
perfect time. Fuck out of here, man. It was too
Well,
But
let
at
me,
the
like,
same
ask you-
time,
yeah.
we in the same scene, we get that moment when Roman noticed that these undercovers with their hats on
Bro.
and these uniforms
Bro.
had cauliflower ears, which
Bro.
means that you got into wrestling, and you can only get that from being a
Motherfuckers
trained
fight
fighter.
for a
and-
living.
Yes, and that's actually like a good, well
That's
thought
real
out
shit.
thing that you would
That's real
put.
shit.
But they
I
don't
like
do
it.
anything with it. I remember that line
No,
too.
they do. They completely throw it away because then Robin, who does not have cauliflower ears, and Tej, who's the computer guy, who is newly the computer guy, right? Because when we met him, he was just the street racing guy. But whatever, that's fine. You did that 4 movies ago. I'm not gonna hold it to you now, right?
Lock it happen
They beat him
20
up.
years.
They then beat up the trained fighters. These guys they make a living fighting, is what he said. These motherfuckers live off of fighting, and they beat him up. Come on,
Magnets.
they don't even
Yeah,
sneak
like
up on him like,
even-
hey, yo,
He just
Like,
walks up to
even
him
John-
like, "Hey, I've been waiting for my Crocs for a few weeks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
like,
John
what?
Cena,
What
who's
is this
a highly
dialogue?
trained
Can we
John-
just critique the dialogue? Like, it was just the most gross, like, lazy,
every time,
roll my
bro.
eye dialogue. Okay, DL, go ahead.
Bro,
every
the-
single time.
the worst piece
People
of
want to
dialogue.
complain about MCU movie dialogue. Sorry, go ahead.
No. You absolutely right. Yeah, even though I complain about MCU's dialogue a lot of the time, but there was one line. There was one line that I literally was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Who does that?
They wrote this in the script when Charlize Theron is talking to that one dude, and he was like comparing himself to Luke Skywalker, right? And then he's like, "No, actually, I'm more of a Han Solo." And then Charlize Theron, bless her soul, she is reciting these lines the best she can. She is trying to
With just
make
the
it
straight
work.
face, yeah.
She says,
Really committing to it.
actually, no, you're more like Yoda. And then he's like, oh, because he's a powerful Jedi Master. Like, no, because he's a puppet with someone's hand stuck up someone's ass. I'm like, did they really just write that? That was...
Rhea,
Yo.
DL, Yellow are all wrong. That was an epic line because
That was
it
awful.
transcended studios. You're not supposed to talk about some other property when you're Universal, and that's Lucasfilm by Disney, and they still went there. And the puppet up his ass was a whole different twist on it.
I refuse to believe that this movie wasn't subtly
little.
financed by Disney in some way, because there's too many fucking Disney actors in here. There's too many references to Disney on properties. Disney must be behind the scenes somewhere behind this.
Nope,
Even
it's on
Michael
HBO
Rooker
Max.
was in it. Yondo was in this fucking movie as Dom's brother's like caregiver or whatever.
Caretaker or
Like,
whatever,
exactly.
His pop's
He was in
friend. He was the guy. He's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, Michael Rooker showed up getting busy. I appreciated what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Helen Mirren showed up. Charlize Theron, she was working inside her box. She was working. You know,
Michael Rooker is like a fan favorite casting. Everyone likes that guy.
All
So
the
when you
time.
see him pop up, it's
Yeah,
like
I
always
do
good
too.
news.
'cause he's
Yes,
always great.
I agree.
He always does exactly what you need him to do, even in bad
Totally.
movies. Have you seen The
Yes,
Sixth
yeah.
Day?
No, I haven't.
Was it The Sixth Day? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was The Sixth Day. But Michael, yeah, the clones and shit. Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger, go check it out. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michael Rooker, go check it out, man. The Sixth
I was
Day.
disappointed how they like wasted him in the Suicide Squad too, because like he was a big part of like why I wanted to see it. But sorry to segue into all these different movies, but
Well, you
Yeah,
asked about
yeah.
cameos earlier, and I've one thing that didn't cameo was in Hobbs and Shaw. We got Ryan Reynolds showing up and Kevin Hart showing up with their characters. I think Kevin Hart was just a flight, like the hidden cop inside of a plane. I think that's his
I do
role.
not
But, like,
remember this.
I can get you a flight. I can get you a plane real quick. You wouldn't need to go somewhere. I'll get you somewhere. That's pretty much it.
I was probably so furious that Kevin Hart and The Rock were in another movie together that I just like
it's
blocked
so
it out of my mind.
annoying. And then they're about to be in League of Super Pets. Can they stop?
That last Super Pets trailer was funny though. He said,
I wanna
what did he
see
say? He
them-
said, my family was taken from me. He said, I was taken from my family. That was funny. That was funny.
That was kind of funny.
I think we need a SummerSlam 2022 where they're tag team partners and just bring it all. I want the connection of Rock and Hart to transcend movies
Against
now.
Dom and John Cena.
Well, they'll face
God.
real wrestlers, but I like it'll be a nice little.
Why would you? Why would
It
you?
makes
would
too much
Damn,
sense.
talk about wrestling.
It-
Let me go back to the beginning of the movie real quick. They did the bullshit that I hate watching on wrestling for all so many years, where they pull up the tablet to show that nobody's missing, and they all sit around and watch it like this.
Yeah.
It's just mad, like, yeah, that's crazy that's happening. You see that? That's crazy. Everybody is at an angle looking at it like, so that the screen can. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You have mad cameras. You can just. We don't have to. What? Yeah.
What's up, Caden?
Hey, Caden. What's up?
Yo, shout out to
Oh
Justin
my
Lin,
God.
man. He was directing his ass off. Let me just say that.
But I didn't see a cameo from Hobbs and Shaw appear in this movie because I guess Diesel and Rock are mad at each other.
They
Yeah,
beat
so,
me.
like,
They
what-
beat
what's
me.
what's the deal behind that? Like, does someone know like more details? Like,
I thought it was
What?
fake. I thought it was like, oh, some of these punches are gonna look real because we had a problem with each other. And knowing The Rock, you know, like that's. And remember the
Well-
Bret Hart Shawn Michaels thing, Yellow. I know you do.
Yeah,
He
the-
said that I would
yeah.
not
Montreal
take liberties
Screwjob?
in the
Montreal
ring.
Screwjob. Yep.
Yes. No, he's like, even though we have beef with each other, I'm not gonna like cheap shot you in the ring. I have
Yeah.
a code of professionalism. So a wrestler knows, which is what The Rock is, knows not to take advantage of. Oh, we're in the scene together. I'm gonna get him real good. Like that's. So I knew that it was always.
Yeah, but
a
if somebody
gimmick.
gets him though, then you know you get him back, right? Because even that happens in wrestling, right? It's like, oh, you tagged me, I'm gonna tag you back. You know, you're gonna
Yeah.
get a stiff one. You stiffed me, I'm gonna stiff you. You know what I'm saying? And they had to have that relationship. So maybe that carry over into the movie. Vin
Well-
Diesel feels away because he's clearly the hero. He's the fucking superhero. This motherfucker grabs onto two chains. He saw what Rock did in Hobbs and Shaw. He was like, oh, chains? I give you some chains. It's like, come on, I can't do too many things. There's they're stacked on top. There's too many things, bro. And then they try to give me this serious scene where he's like reflecting on his. I'm like, Dom, I don't give a fuck. You haven't done anything in this movie to make me care about any of these flashbacks that you're showing me. Stop it.
It's not too many
So-
things. They're consistent. It's all concrete related, whether he stomps on the concrete, whether they got the concrete on the bridge that he has mastery of. He's pulling the chains. What comes down?
He's a
Concrete.
concrete bender. Concrete bender. I should have known.
That's it.
So
Okay,
apparently
can I-
the thing with the
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh yeah, I was going to talk about the Vin Diesel and Rock thing. So that's another one of the main issues that we already talked about. Vin Diesel's ego is all over this film.
That's what it
and-
sounds like.
When The Rock was working with them on the previous movies, Vin Diesel was trying to tell him how to act and how to direct him in the movie, and they clashed heads because of that. And so now he's like, I don't. In Fate of the Furious, they didn't even film any scenes together. They had to literally like edit and stitch things together to make it seem like they were in the same scene, even though they didn't want to be anywhere
So
near
they
each other.
say.
So they say, but I mean, if that's the case,
That's what it looked like.
and then you guys heard about Vin Diesel calling him out on social media, be like, "I want you got to come back for Fast 10, man, like for Paul Walker and whatever." And then The Rock was mad. It's like, how dare you call me out on social media like that? Like that's just out of hand. So it's like it's this whole thing. So
This does like sound like a whole like wrestling kind
To
of
work.
plot line. Yes,
Mhm.
Feels
exactly.
like it does. It feels
But
like
on
it.
social
It really
media,
feels like it.
yeah, for sure. Like when it comes to John Cena's character, like obviously, like, it was just, kind of exhausting watching him on the screen most of the time. But yeah, DL, I want to know your thoughts on, the storyline that they kind of shoehorned into this plot with huge quotation marks.
This motherfucker ziplined through the entirety of Edinburgh. The whole
that was a long cable that he was hanging.
Vin Diesel had enough time to run up a whole building from the inside and onto the roof.
Every roof had another one of those zipline harpoon guns.
Yes, every 2 or 3 roofs he did. Yeah, he did set up another one. Fuck out of here.
So
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So here's my thing about Jacob. I didn't hate him. I didn't hate John Cena in this movie as much as everyone else is. Like, he was awkward. Like, no doubt. He was kind of flat in a couple moments. But damn it, he was trying his best.
We'll get to this after. Yeah. But this is a good question.
Oh yeah, Jason Momoa, yeah. I was not convinced they were brothers, even though Vin Diesel is racially ambiguous, so I guess anyone could be his brother if you really think about it.
Wait till the 2 moms show up in Fast 10, your seatbelts. Wait till the 2 moms show up that are like, because there's no way John Cena and Vin Diesel share a mom. Not happening. Yeah. No, I'm not. And I don't think Mia is the same mom either, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I thought Jacob was fine, and like the storyline that they were trying to do, I see how it could be interesting. The problem is, once again, goes back to Vin Diesel, because Vin Diesel has to one-up him in every scene. And it's annoying because they were building Jacob up to be his equal. Like, he's a trained assassin, he's a spy and everything, stronger, faster, smarter than Dom. And like every scene, Vin Diesel owns his ass. Or like even like in the fight in London, like it wasn't even a fight. It was Vin Diesel kicking his ass for most of the film.
Fam, John Cena punched through a pillar and then hit Vin Diesel. So wait, what happened?
And then
he punched through a pillar, and then either this motherfucker's a superhero or all of the like infrastructure in Edinburgh is not up to code.
Well, DL, let me ask you this about like his character basically being part or having a hand in their father's death. Like, spoiler alert for people in the who care about the plot of this movie.
Who cares about spoilers in this movie? But okay. So that it was forced. It was so forced. Like, because, Dom's all about family. You can never turn your back on family, even when they do. That's what he said in Fast and Furious 6 after Lenny shot him in the side, right? But in this movie, okay, here's what's really annoying about it. Like, it was clearly an accident what happened to their father. Like, yeah, he tampered with the race car till he could, throw out the race. Okay, but he didn't know that the car was going to explode. And what was annoying is that he didn't actually stop Jacob and actually talk to him and be like, why did you do this? He's all like, you know what, race me, and if you lose, you have to go away forever. Like, that's not what Dom would do. He would actually talk to him and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you do this? Like, that's what Dom was built up to be. This generous, humble person that will accept anybody, because that's what happens in all the movies. All the bad guys turn to good guys in these movies. But it's like with Jacob, I was rooting for Jacob the whole time because Dom was an asshole in this movie. An asshole. Like, it would be one thing, and even though they were trying to make me convinced that, okay, Jacob did this really horrible thing, so I really shouldn't feel bad about him being exiled, but it's like, the reason wasn't even strong enough to begin with. You're really forcing a conflict where it doesn't need to be there. That's what.
Well, they didn't tell us. They didn't tell us what it was. For most of the movie, we're like, oh shit, this motherfucker killed his pops. Of course he don't fuck with him, right? Like we're like, oh yeah, no, he killed that. His brother killed their father. That's crazy. I can understand why you wouldn't want to fuck with him. But then they're like, oh, in the beginning of the movie, they're like, oh man, they cut the line or whatever the fuck they do with the line, and it creates a lean condition, which I'm like, whatever that means. And a lot of racists use it to throw the race. I was like, oh, so his pops was trying to throw the race. Cool. Why the fuck did it blow up like that when it hit the fence then? Because that shit hit a fence and like burst. It like that shit lit up like a toilet. It looked. Anybody seen the new Madea? Mr. Brown lit up the fucking barbecue. Listen.
Madea Homecoming. Yeah.
Fam, that shit, the car was like the car like grazed a fence and then was like like a piece of paper. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen.
Dramatics.
I don't know.
Dramatics.
I don't know.
So, Chill, what about you? Like, what were your thoughts around Jacob's, storyline in the movie? Like his motivation to, defeat or even kill Dom. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought by the ending, I knew the ending was going to be what the ending was, where he actually is misunderstood and he'll join the family because everyone joins the family. It was not something that came out of
See him
left
at the
field.
barbecue.
Oh, he's gonna be there one day. He'll be at that home. He'll be chilling with them.
I was
Brian.
thinking that he was the one who pulled up in that blue
Me too.
sports car. Like we didn't see who it was.
No,
That's
don't
a
think it
cool
was him.
podcast.
Brian.
After I watched the movie, that's Brian's car. That's
that's Brian's car.
something
Yeah,
signature.
Brian.
I should have remembered that.
Yeah, the Skyline, bro. That's classic.
Leave Brian alone. Paul Walker's gone. Stop bringing him.
That's in bad
Was he
taste. I
babysitting?
agree.
Was he babysitting Baby Brian the whole movie?
Yes.
Like what happened? Because remember they were on a farm, right? These motherfuckers left immediately to go find nobody. What did they do with the baby? Did they just like stop off on the jet and drop him off with Brian? And is Brian is Brian Mr. Mom? Is that who Brian? That's the movie that I need to see. Whole CGI recreate Disney style Brian fucking Paul Walker to make Brian as Mr. Mom. That's the movie that I need to. And I need to see the Tej, Roman, and Ramses clearly are a throuple now because like they had a love triangle thing in the last movie, I believe, right? And in this movie they show up together and they're always together, so they've clearly worked it out. Shout out to polyamorous relationships. I'm all for it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I need to see that spin-off series as well on HBO Max or wherever the fuck Universal puts their stuff, right? Because like them being a throuple is an incredibly engaging idea, much more engaging than any family drama they try to pull with Dominic Toretto and Jacob Toretto. Fuck out of here, bro.
Here's how you know that. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say, Ray?
I was just gonna say, like, I think that the dynamic between the three of them kind of changed because they didn't really spend that much time together. It was more about Luda and Tyrese going off and being like, buddy cop movie sort of, vibe together. Whereas she was, sort of the one who, like, she was totally incompetent, like to y'all's point that you made earlier. Like, one, she can't drive, and then two, like a lot of like, the skill set that she had in the previous movie, 8, like, she was kind of obsolete there as well. Like, because Cypher, Charlize Theron's character was kind of, the computer person this movie, and so she was just sort of there, like, because she was there in the previous movie.
She learned how to drive and work the magnets.
Dominic was very supportive because she's like, I don't know if I can tail him, and he goes, why not? like, explain this to me. You can do anything. And that's the sort of friends that you need, family that you need.
If I can bring it back to the Paul Walker thing real quick, because this is another reason why the franchise should have ended after 7. Because now you're still eluding him that he's still there, and then you have this huge thing that Dom has a brother, and Paul Walker is not involved at all, even though Dom and Brian are best friends.
They tried to. They gave it to Luda. I think who was it? No, Tyrese. They gave it to Tyrese to be like, motherfucker, you had a brother the whole time. That's clearly supposed to be Brian's line, right? They're supposed to fight about it again. Like, that's a thing. You've been lying to me this whole time. You lied. You're the cop. Nigga, you have a brother. Like, that's supposed to be there. That's supposed to be their moment. And it doesn't work without him, unfortunately. But like the fucking Dom has a brother thing is such bullshit. Mr. Nobody can just teleport people or make people look like they died in a car crash. Like, all of the explanations that they give in this movie is trash. And they don't even explain how the fuck he kept Han alive. He just says, "Damn, that wasn't my best work." Wait, what? Bitch,
yes.
This motherfucker died for 5 movies. I know he was dead. This wasn't your best work.
Here's the thing. They took 10 minutes to thoroughly explain how Han came back from the dead, and it still makes no goddamn sense.
No explanation. Zero explanation. Mad backstory. Listen, my favorite scene in the movie, when Han saves Elle, right? When Han saves Elle, that's my favorite scene in the movie. She's hiding under whatever it is that she's hiding under, and then he like stumbles in and he's getting shot and shooting people in that little fight scene. That's the best sequence in the film. It's wholly believable. You understand the different character motivations for what's happening in that scene. Like it was beautiful. It does nothing to make me care about what Han does in the rest of the movie. There's nothing nothing there.
Like him having a daughter, like, is totally meaningless. Like, I guess because he needs a family too. Like
Elle McGuffin. That's her last name. I guarantee it.
Definitely. I wanted to go ahead and ask y'all's take on this question from Caden. Do y'all think Jason Momoa is related to Hobbs? Chill. What are your thoughts on this question?
Of course.
I don't think so. He can be in a movie, but he doesn't got to be family.
No, he's family. They're all related.
They-
Everybody every celebrity, every Samoan adjacent celebrity was in that fucking film, and they were all family. It was like this. They had son who's I believe he's from New Zealand or whatever. I forgot what his name is. He played damn, this is my guy too. He's such a good actor, but he's not anywhere near a Polynesian. I mean, maybe, I don't know if you count people in New Zealand. You feel what I'm saying? But like,
Wait, are you talking about Indigenous New Zealand or?
Indigenous New Zealand. Yeah.
Oh, I only know Taika Waititi as like an Indigenous New
It's
Zealander.
the other dude. What is his goddamn name? He's in Hobbs & Shaw. Let me find him. Please continue talking.
I would love for Taika to be in the series. Actually,
He will be.
I mean,
They're all related now.
If
They're all
Ryan
related.
Reynolds show up, and Kevin Hart, then Taika Waititi's not far fetched. But Jason, they better not make him related to Hobbs. They better.
how are
not.
they going to work him into the plot
All
then
of
if
them.
he's not family?
But then here's the thing: if they make him related to Hobbs, then you're just going to allude that Hobbs is going to get involved, even though The Rock doesn't want to come back. So it's like you're just going to leave empty air again, and just going to make people more frustrated. So like, just because they're both Samoan doesn't mean they need to be related. Like, chill. Just
That's
chill.
not how movies work. Of course, every person of color who's the same race or ethnicity or looks like someone else is related to them.
But they are though, because like the three black people in this movie are all always together. They show up together. They show up together to set the plot off, and they fucking leave together. Like that's
Ray is racially ambiguous too, and I'm black, so we're related now.
Yes,
That's the
exactly.
way it works.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous, and I'm not laughing because I approve of any of this. Just wanted to put that disclaimer in there. Yeah, Stephen Moden says, clearly this is a setup movie. Why not review it as such? I mean, I think that's what we're doing. Like, we're already kind of predicting a lot of the spin-offs and a lot of like the new characters we're going to see as well. So I think we're also going to see Hobbs and Shaw reintegrated back into the Fast and Furious.
It feels like Final Fantasy. It feels like Final Fantasy with some of the
Get
shit.
there.
The magnets, that was clearly a fucking gravity spell. Every time. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It served as more than a setup movie. It was definitely a complete movie. It's not until the ending where
Absolutely not.
he actually killed Cypher. Whoa, I thought, and then no, she's alive.
Of
It is a
course
setup
she's
movie.
still alive.
That was the confirmation of the setupness.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the final straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, oh shit, something actually happened in this film. Nope, this bitch was flying a drone the whole time. God damn it. There's no stakes. There's no stakes and there's no character. It'd be cool. You can do a ridiculous. I was praising John Cena for his performance in Peacemaker. I hated the Suicide Squad. I was like, it's fine. It's funny. And if that's all you wanted, that's fine. Right? Cool. Whatever. I hated Peacemaker. Like exclusively, I was like, Peacemaker is absolute garbage, right? Went into the series fully ready to hate it, won me over. John Cena was killing it, right? Completely ridiculous. Action sequences don't make any sense. Motherfucker jumped off of every level of a hotel. Hilarious, right? It didn't die, fell too slow, landed, didn't die, whatever, fine, didn't hurt himself. Cool. I was praising him for his performance in Peacemaker. It's completely ridiculous. This movie, his performance is absolute trash. Everyone's performance is absolute trash, and it's because nobody is a character. Everybody is an expositional dialogue deliverer and a prop for the action scenes, the stunts. That's all that they are. There's not a single character, and every time they try to give you a character, it's this bullshit.
Yeah. No, like that's how I kind of felt too. Like I couldn't even like really feel any stakes when because every character that we lost in a previous movie can easily come back. But to
Gal
Caden's
Gadot's
question,
coming back. Gal Gadot's coming back. Mark my words.
that flashback. She probably just had
was
scheduling
clearly-
issues where she couldn't come back for this movie though.
That's what
How
that
did she
conversation
die?
was about, right? He said, I've worked with Gal for years, like, or Giselle for years. Like that was the whole point. Doesn't she fall from the plane into the fire? Isn't that what happens? I don't remember.
I think so. She died in the airport.
We watched
runway
Han blow
thing.
up. We watched Han blow up, fam. We watched it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
right.
who knows what Mr. Nobody just made it. He can do whatever he wants, even from seclusion, even from being missing. He can
Yes.
do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
can't-
Yeah, exactly. That's
it's
why I
too
kind of felt like, this movie was kind of a trudge to like get through because like a lot of it felt like without any meaning or weight. And then the jokes and writing were just sort of like,
Trash?
not my cup of tea, basically. They were just very
Trash
trash.
is the word.
Made me roll my
Yeah,
eyes. Like
trash.
even
Every
I love
time.
What do y'all think about a potential Cypher spinoff? I don't think Charlize Theron wants to do any more of these. She probably was contractually obligated to like do this movie.
She'll be
But
back.
what do
She has
y'all
too
think?
much fun.
No, I
She
do
was
not
that
want it. Even though she is the best part of the movie, I do not want it. It'll just feel forced. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, we're gonna show her being trained to be a hacker? Like, that's so interesting.
Oh, like a
No.
prequel? Oh no, I don't want that.
Or like
I'm
you
good.
want to
I'm
see a
extra
spin-off
good.
of her doing evil deeds in like the present day?
Well,
like, no.
We got another Hobbs and Shaw coming. There's no reason why she can't be the villain in that. She is the world's villain. She's the big bad of the big bad.
Wait,
Right?
what
And that's
about
what they've
that-
done with
what-
her. And
What about that HAL 9000 thing in Hobbs versus Shaw, whatever that thing was? Like,
whatever the fuck it was. Whatever the fuck it like what I can't. It's too much.
What about you,
They're
Chill?
too
What are your
much.
thoughts on Cypher's character?
No, well, not to a spin-off unless she's free now and now she's got to recruit people. Maybe they're Jason Momoa. She can kind of train him and reuse him or something. That's the only way I can see him coming in. As far as like the character
if
of
she
Cypher,
does that, he's definitely Hobbs' brother. Just so you know, that's definitely the case.
yeah,
Don't
that's
do
probably
it!
why she'll choose it.
Universal!
I've seen
Universal!
this work out with
Don't
Jacob
do it.
and Dom. I'll try it.
$700 million. It worked. It worked.
Hey,
Fuck out of here, bro.
The Cypher character is interesting to me for something that Yellow was bringing up, just the diverse casting of it. They're like, okay, we're gonna have everyone represented or as much people as possible. So there's sectors of the world that they haven't represented, but they've pretty much nailed most of
They're
them.
doing
like
it.
Jimon
They're doing
Hansu's
it.
character, they're doing it, and because it's not based off of something like a comic book, which is kind of the realm I cover, obviously, ChillMonger, but like because it's original stuff, there's never going to be the complaint of why are you race swapping. So they've done it right for 20 years now, 21 years of just getting it completely correctly, and I'm a fan of that. So Cypher being a woman as the villain rather than a male who's on top of every franchise. Voldemort is a male, Thanos would be a male, Darkseid is a male for DC, Star Wars has the Emperor. All of them, like, should I just said all of them? Like,
All of them.
yeah, simply put, it is all of them, and here comes a woman. Great.
So here's Steven's comment. The most important character in this movie was Kenny Linder, key villain set up for the finale. What are your thoughts
Who?
on that?
Who is that?
Yeah, exactly. Is that the actor's name? Like their
Is that a
real name?
joke?
Wait, let me pull that up right now. Hold on.
Key villain, as in like car
Key
key?
in capital letters is KEY something. Is that the not German guy? We don't know what country he's
It's
from.
it's the racer in the beginning of the movie. The guy.
Oh, the guy who like was racing their dad. Yes, he
Yeah.
was the key villain.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
Damn,
God.
hilarious.
Steven.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's a good one, Steven.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go off. Speaking of which, that actor, great fucking guy. Again, like a lot of these kind of like smaller actors, I don't know, I want to say B-list, C-list, but like these character actors who show up and do side parts and they always do the right job. He was killing it. And I believe he was really remorseful for what happened because he did not think that was going to happen. That was some real shit. You feel what I'm saying? And he was far more convincing than either Dom, younger or older Dom, and Jacob, younger or older Jacob, like whichever height of the individual that you want. This motherfucker was so much bigger than him. Like Dom was so much taller than his slightly younger brother.
Steroids is a wonderful thing.
Like
Bro.
I was half expecting him to pop up later on in the movie to like say like, oh, like if Dom's looking for Jacob, then like he or like the caregiver would give him a clues on where to find him, and the caregiver does, Michael Rooker's character does, but it would have been a nice little like bow to like have him like get some closure with either of them because
Well,
they
he
kind
didn't
of
kill
left off. No, he just sort of beat him with a wrench
Beat him with
when
the
he was
sausage
younger.
wrench.
Read him.
Yeah.
Oh man, the classic
See,
line.
that was
You
payoff
know
from
what he went to jail
Five.
for? Oh, that's
Oh,
payoff
or
from that's
Fast and Furious,
that's
the first one,
first movie, right?
first-
Yeah, that's early.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I don't know. It worked well enough, I guess.
Well, okay, so if we had to like kind of like
Just exhausted. Just fucking
Yeah,
exhausted. That's what the movie made me. It made me exhausted. There's so many things that I had like every piece of this motherfucker Ludacris says they're talking about the Toretto lineage, and Ludacris says, no, somebody said, who does that? And Ludacris said, you know who does that? A Toretto. Fuck out of here, bro.
Jesus,
what are you doing? What
man.
is happening? They said the name Toretto more times in this film than in the rest of the series combined. It's too much.
Like,
I can't
when
do
was
it. I
the
can't
Toretto
keep
family
doing it.
so important? When were they so important? I thought these were like street racers and like
They have a
I don't know,
4-minute conversation about maybe we're
mechanics.
superheroes. Maybe we're superheroes. Tyrese is doing, and this is the problem with a lot of movies that I see. The Matrix Revolutions did this way too much. I think they've tipped the fucking scale or jumped the shark on, or whatever the fuck you want to say, where the movies are going to stop doing it. But they substitute meta commentary for actual substance, right? They're just like, hey, pop culture reference, meta commentary. Tyrese has a whole conversation about, fam, I think we're fucking superheroes. And they're all like, yo, that's kind of crazy. When things happen over and over again, oh, it must be true. What do you call they just butchered the scientific method. What do you call a theory that you test over and over again? You say, well, the hypothesis becomes a fact. That's not how that works. But regardless, it's not the important thing here, right? They say that shit, and then at the end of it, Tyrese is saying everything that all of us in the audience are saying. Some of us are saying it, and we're still enjoying the movie. Some of us are saying it, and we are plagued by it, right? We are beaten over the head with it, right? And then what do? They say, hey, audience, you all are fucking dumbasses. Shut the hell up. That's what the movie says, and that's the problem that I have with this film. You can do a whole bunch of stupid shit in a film. I have no problem with that. Just let me feel like it matters and let me know that the characters think it's real. Tyrese got shot 14 times all across his body and walked away. Even with a bulletproof vest on, you're going to fall down.
John Cena got tossed.
And then they said,
from one car to the next.
Shut
and
up.
He get his spine broken.
How many times did they catch somebody with a car? They caught people with cars. You can't catch people with cars. You can't do that. It's not possible. You know how I know Mythbusters proved you can't even hold on to a car. How the fuck do you catch somebody with a car?
You're going face first into the windshield. That's what you're going to do.
This nigga Dom was driving a car. John Cena got thrown off of a truck by a very large individual. Thrown off of a truck. Dom sees this, moves his car fast enough to hit another car that is stationary. This car is not moving, to knock it into John Cena's path so that it can catch him. Then the car falls back, and the family, the other, who is it, Mia, crashes into it in her truck, and John Cena has the wherewithal after being thrown off of a truck and caught by a car to grab onto the truck and not die. This is the most ridiculous sequence of events. I can't. And then they go to space. Get the fuck out of here.
I just want to quickly ask Chill's opinion on the spectacle aspect of the movie and the lack of logic and the physics and the errors and scientific method. You don't seem bothered at all by this.
No, I've been bought into this sort of unbelievableness. So no, it doesn't bother me. I'm here for it and I want to see more of it. Space, we hit space, we did underwater with the submarine, and I'm just like, volcano, what comes next? I want more. I want sand.
Dinosaurs.
Oh, dinosaurs.
No, do not
Transformers, Fast and Furious, and Transformers.
The Transformers,
no.
Yeah, see?
Just
They like mentioning other franchises.
Doesn't mean you should. No. Let Jurassic World die. Let the Transformers movies with Michael Bay die, please.
Is that what they do? Do they look at the top 10 movies of all time, like Star Wars? Okay, we'll do a Yoda joke. Okay, let's see here. We got the Transformers thing. We haven't done that yet. Jurassic World? Yeah, dinosaurs it is. I think they know, they're very self-aware, especially how meta this movie was. They know what the fans think of it, so they basically laughed at you in your face with 14 people from a country that doesn't exist shooting at Roman, and him almost dying like 3 times with the landmine, almost dying even when that car came.
They do make a lot of
go 80 miles per hour and you avoid the landmines. You drive 80 miles.
Let's say you go 80 miles an hour. Let's say you get up to 80 miles an hour. Let's say you do that, right? You run past the landmine. The motherfucker behind you is going to die. They're going to die. They weren't staggered. They were just driving. I can't do. One of the motherfuckers is on a motorcycle. You're on a motorcycle in a minefield. You're going to die. I don't care how fast you're going. You're going to die.
The motorcycle was first, wasn't she? It was the
That's
guy
true.
behind. Roman was the guy who should have
killed
everybody. And because of good writing, he was inside of the most built car that they
because of good writing.
Good writing.
That's right.
God. Okay. I'm so glad that y'all enjoyed watching this movie and enjoyed talking about it, because for me,
it was miserable. Talking about it was way more fun than watching the movie. Watching the movie was absolutely miserable for me. I wish
I could show clips along with this commentary, but hopefully this conversation has been fun for everyone. I do want to be mindful of folks' time since we're coming up at around the 70-minute mark. So I want to go around and ask folks their final thoughts on the movie and if they're excited for the next entry into the series and their predictions for it. Yellow, you first.
Fasten your seatbelts. The mother of Jacob and the mother of Dominic Toretto are going to also join the family. and they're going to search for the mother of Mia because Mia's mother is apparently Cypher's mother as well. And at the end of the film, somehow, through sheer power of family, Cypher will then be at the barbecue. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh my
You
God.
can't just be inviting everybody to the barbecue, Yellow. You should know
And
that.
they're gonna, and I should, but according to these movies, anybody can come, and there will be dinosaurs.
And Transformers.
Chris Pratt. Who is Chris Pratt's character in the god awful Jurassic Park movies? I know. The first one back was fine. But what's his name? I can't remember his name. He's gonna show up.
Owen.
He's gonna be in the movie.
Owen.
Him.
Yeah.
Yes, he's going to be in Fast 10. Your seatbelts.
Fair enough. All right, Chill. Are you excited for the next entry in the movie, and what are your predictions for it?
I can't wait for the kid, Dominic's kid, to grow up and say some line like "family," and see him driving. His feet can't reach the accelerator, but he still makes it work. He's driving blind. Like they gotta, you know how hard they try to squeeze in driving scenes with this, with the mother Shaw when she was like, "Dominic, can you help me? You're my
There's
favorite
so little
American."
actual driving in this movie. I
They
just
tried to
realized.
squeeze it in. That's in the flashback. We got to do a little drag race just because it's called Fast and Furious. And then there was the
Racing.
magnet.
What is that?
No, that's they try. They put it in there just enough so this maintains its Fast and Furiousness. And I'm interested
My
to see how
brother
they do
killed
it
my
again.
father. I'm gonna race him to see if he's exiled.
And where was the mom in those
Beat that
flashbacks?
nigga's
Where
ass.
was Mamma Mia then?
Mother's dead.
Yes, exactly. Okay, DL.
Is Mamma
Are you
Mia
excited?
also Dama Mia? Is it the same mother that they have?
Yeah, I think. Well,
I don't-
they're racially ambiguous, so you never know. But
I think it's. I don't know. I can't. I think.
No,
I think it's
bullshit.
unlikely.
Dominic is old, okay? Then comes Jacob, and then comes Mia. The father would have
Is
had
that-
to been with one mother, left to go with Jacob's mom, and
Yeah.
then
Well,
came Mia.
he doesn't necessarily have to leave. That's you're thinking inside the box.
Oh, I hope that they do this. They need to go balls to the wall and just like bring in everybody. Like, yeah, Linda Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yes,
Linda Hamilton.
I would
Well,
sign
Bazooka-
up for that.
John Cena was playing the Terminator this whole movie. I didn't even see. Yo, Tony connecting the dots. John Cena was clearly modeling everything he did down to the leather jacket on the Terminator. That was crazy. Tony
Yeah, I
connecting the
guess.
dots for me.
It
Shout out
makes
to
it makes
Tony.
too much sense. How about you, DL? Are you excited for the second sequel? I guess like in the ending trilogy of this movie, allegedly. And what are your thoughts, predictions on it?
Excited is a strong word, but you know what? I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna see it. I'm already committed to the franchise this far, so like I'm open to seeing how it ends. And my predictions: everyone's gonna be in there. Everyone from the previous movies is coming back. Gal Gadot, if she's not gonna be in 10, she's gonna be in 11. Mark my words, they're gonna get her
As
They're gonna-
Wonder Woman.
As Wonder Woman.
Luis
Yeah.
Santos and Louis, we got him in a flashback, but I want them in the real one. Eva Mendes character from Too Fast, Too Furious. She was in a
Yes,
post-credit scene
bring
one
Eva,
time.
bring
Bring
Eva Mendes
Eva.
back.
Yeah,
Yes,
Eva Mendes. Yes.
please. Yes, absolutely. No, like this is
I'm
great. Like you're,
hungry.
that was a Tyrese line, right?
He said that shit twice.
I'm hungry.
Okay. Well,
Jokes.
yes. Jokes, one-liners. Yes.
Paul Walker's
exactly.
brother, take those acting classes because we're gonna need you. Put some dots on your face, and we'll Sam Jackson you into Brian.
Oh my
all
God!
over again.
They'll probably try and CGI render Paul Walker to come
Oh,
back.
this would be good too. Jacob's mom is
Sigourney
Sigourney
Weaver.
Weaver. Oh man.
Fam, he was driving the armored semi, the armored three fucking trailer semi. It was flipped over and sliding at one point. He climbs out of it, throws a bomb down to flip it off of a cliff, and then land it on its wheels and drive away from the bitch who's flying the magic magnet jet.
And?
I can't. Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I don't know what it is. I'm clearly watching it wrong. I'm watching it wrong.
You're
Yeah,
thinking
no,
too
we-
much, man. You're thinking too much. Just go
Yeah.
with it. Just go with it, bro. Why can't you just enjoy it for what they are, bro?
You know what was legitimately funny? The space station find Tyrese and Luda in fucking space, and they're all blown up. And the lady, and I don't know if it's Japanese, Mandarin, whatever language she was speaking, says, "Why do they look like minions?" That was a real legitimate laugh that they got from me at that. I was like, you hit the
Illumination.
nail on the head.
Go
That
see
was
Minions
great.
Rise of Gru.
This movie. Okay. Yes.
So
no,
Han
this-
meets Shaw. We got to talk about Han meets Shaw. We can't stay here
Han
forever.
meets Shaw.
We got to be
Justice
Oh,
respectful
for
of
right.
Han.
everybody's
Yes.
time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Justice for Han, kinda.
But he doesn't even like really say anything. At
Wait
the end
till
of
the
the
next
movie.
movie.
Oh yes,
Sean
you're
doing-
right. Yeah, we
Sean
got
doing
2
his
more
best
movies for them to
B-rabbit.
interact in.
Fucking
So
Sean
what
doing his
exactly
best
is
8 Mile impression.
So what
Beating up,
exactly
hitting
is
boxes.
justice for Han? The only way I see them having valid justice for Han is if Han shoots him point blank in the head. Like literally, that's justice for Han.
But he
much.
didn't actually do it. Doesn't that count for something?
I guess.
Justice for Han is a hashtag fans made. The movies, according to the movies,
But
that he never really died, and so, and even Toretto kind of linked up with him in the past movie because that's who saved his kid when both of the Shaw brothers hijacked the plane. So that beef
What?
thing is gone.
I mean, you're
The
right
beef
about
between-
that, but the movies are going with it. They literally had "Justice is coming" in the trailer. I'm like, oh, there's going to be justice for Han, right? Like
Tokyo
it-
Drift 2.
Tokyo Drift. No,
Yeah,
we don't need a
Tokyo
Tokyo Drift 2. We don't
Tokyo
need a Tokyo
Coast.
Drift 2. Tokyo Coast.
So you think that Justice for Han is going to come in the next movie? That's your prediction for 10.
I think by justice, they're gonna have Han and Shaw be friends and be like, "Sorry, no hard feelings, right? Let's work together." And then they'll do a shootout scene, and then everything will be cool.
Fair
I think-
enough.
Yeah. So,
Oh god. Okay. Yeah. No. This conversation has been great. It's been an emotional, informational.
roller
Like
coaster.
tsunami, roller coaster, all of that.
The magnets made
Fast
cars
10
do this
movie
over
video.
other cars. The magnets, they
We
was
need
like,
Tyler Perry in this series next. Yeah, Tyler Perry does need to be
Tyler
in this series.
Perry.
turn
Yes.
on the magnet. Whoop.
Make him
That's
the
what the
villain.
magnet-
Make
I
him
can't-
another.
can't.
Yeah, the mastermind.
Yes.
We're not
definitely.
thinking right. It needs to be someone of Indian descent. Kumail Nanjiani is he's from Pakistan. So
mm.
I
M.
think
Night
that's the
Shyamalan.
direction.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Don't give me more shit that I can't believe in these films. Don't bring M. Night Shyamalan anywhere near this. I can't do The Village again. Don't give me the fucking Fast 11, The Village. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay.
We're gonna wide out, and they're gonna all be like this is gonna be a simulation.
I think like pretty much every plot line or potential story we've come up with is probably going to happen at some point in this series. That's the sad part. Like,
Yeah.
we're laughing about it, but we're in a few years, we're going to be
Yeah,
like,
watch it happen. It's like, oh, that's what they want to see. Oh, let me run this down real quick.
Ronda Rousey return, all of it.
Oh,
Yes.
Ronda Rousey. Oh no, no.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
she was in these movies?
7. She was in 7. They're trying to make us. They're trying to convince us that Michelle Rodriguez can hold her own
Right,
against
right. I
Ronda
remember.
Rousey.
Yes,
She can actually
yeah.
pick a fight with Ronda Rousey. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Listen, after I saw Letty need somebody through a window onto a stack of something outside, that guy's clearly dead. She can do anything that she wants. She like gets caught by cars.
Not go face first in the
Regular, like
windshield.
that happens a lot. That happens over, like that's their thing now. They share moments. Like they can't get their rocks off unless Dom catches her in a car
The car because it's
at
so
some
romantic.
point.
oh, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, like they're just so like, thrill hungry. Like that's the only way that
That's
they can
it.
like, yeah.
That's it.
Yes. No, I agree.
Bro,
yeah, she's basically a
that's
female
foreplay.
dom, like, because that's how, like,
Female
like
dom.
invincible she is against like anyone fighting her, and like she's just as
Fuck.
capable a driver as him, like to an extent. So yeah,
All female Fast and Furious spinoffs. Let's go.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at
I'm
it,
not
but
mad at
yeah,
that. I'm not mad
yeah,
at that.
I'm not mad
I
at
would
it
love
either.
to watch that.
Yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
to watch that.
Definitely.
Mia, Letty, what's her name? L McGuffin, Ramsey all team up to take out Cypher. I'm with it. Yo, the introduction of El McGuffin, like she the little ninja came out of the clear shadows and fucked everybody up. That was great. That was
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is an incredibly well handled like fight sequence. I really appreciate this.
Yep.
Yep, the fast team are all Terminators. Exactly. No, they're all Transformers actually, or they are Terminators
Yeah.
that drive Transformers. Yes.
Exactly.
We are
That's
super
right.
soldiers.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Alrighty. We are coming up at the half-hour mark once we get wrapped up with outros. So I will go around the panel. DL, what are you working on? Where can we find you at?
Well, I guess the next thing I will be doing is covering some Star Wars stuff. I haven't talked about Book of Boba Fett, talk about that, and I need to catch up with the Marvel shows as well, and Peacemaker review. So those are probably the things next I will be having on my channel. So you guys can subscribe to me at IMDL. Talk about all things in the movies and shows and nerdy geek culture if you want to hear my crazy takes on things.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having your first panel on the Glimmer cast. I really do appreciate it. You are amazing. And I'll be reaching out to you for future panels for sure. Yay. And ChillMonger, what are you currently working on and where can we find you at?
I'm currently working on an Attack on Titan stream because every Saturday I have this fixation on asking 33 questions about a franchise. It's usually Marvel, but we're switching it up now for Attack on Titans. One day it'll be a Pokemon stream and you're coming. And Yellow, you can come too if you wanna. If you're a Pokemon guy, are you a Pokemon guy?
He's a big Pokemon guy. He loves Legends Arceus.
It's my favorite game in the series so far.
I'm a consistent Saturday live streamer, but I cover Marvel and Star Wars too.
Yay, awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, ChillMonger, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. Please, holla at your boy at those channels. And Yello, last but not least, yeah, I know you're on Grey Council, but where else can we find you at? And what are you working on and stuff like that?
Fam, Yello Duzzit at Yello Duzzit everywhere. On YouTube, you can check me out every once in a while. I do my Does It Hold Up series. I play some super old, obscure game that everybody remembers but nobody talks about anymore. To find out if it holds up or not. Does it hold up? And also just go live every once in a while, talk shit about trash movies like F9, The Fast Saga, which is the worst name in the history of why the whole movie is the Fast Saga, or is it just I don't understand how
is this trilogy we're about to do with the Fast Saga? Is that what
which one is how does this work? Is the next one is it F10 like Fast Saga 2? I don't understand.
FX, the Fast Saga.
Oh my god. They have to do it. It has to be called FX, right? That has
FX.
To be. Oh, man.
Got to.
Well, no, fasten your seatbelts is pretty catchy.
That's a good one.
I like that.
No, that's awesome.
Man.
But yeah,
but yeah, you can find me there. Yello Duzzit doing that, and also on the Great Council every morning we do the nerdy news. So holla. But more importantly, like if you have yet to subscribe right here to Rhea's channel, and set your notifications for the Glimmer cast. All right, like that's what you need to be doing.
Yes,
fuck whatever
please.
I'm doing. This place is great.
The folks who make it's not even me that makes the show, it's the panel, y'all, the conversations. This is what everyone's here for.
No, it's all you. The structure, the production value, right? You keep everybody on track. You know when to come in and come out and let people finish, and then when to interrupt. It's all guys. Put some fairies in the chat. What is your with the pink hearts, with the glittering hearts, guys. Put the glittering hearts in the chat, fam. Support the gang.
Dude, Rhea never has to yell, and she somehow keeps stuff in order. She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT.
I appreciate it. It takes obviously I love the knowledge and the expertise that y'all have brought to the discussion. Y'all have opened my eyes and I have a newfound appreciation for this series that I didn't have before. I was totally expecting us to just spend 90 minutes shitting on this movie, but it was more of an appreciation stream for the series, in my opinion.
I mean, at least me and ChillMonger were like, we like these movies.
I don't know about you, bro. I feel like you bullshitting.
No, this is awesome. Thank y'all again, and please subscribe and follow to the panel. Their links are in the description. And yeah, this has been episode 24 of the Glimmer cast, and I will be signing out. And y'all take care. All right, bye. Gonna go ahead and play the outro music.
Fam, you can't say physics mad times in the film and then deny physics. Like Ludacris said numbers 17 times and said that they don't lie, and everything that they did was a lie against all of the numbers related to physics. I can't do that's fine. But then don't tell me I'm dumb for calling it out. That's all I'm saying.
Because family is number one.
And make your do something. Make your character. Have characters. You can do whatever you want. I love fantasy. Have characters. That's all you need is characters. You can do whatever dumb shit you want to do and hurt them. Let somebody bleed. God damn.
And on that note, thanks for watching. All right, peace out, y'all. Bye.
Yeah.